That's a good test. Where do you get bored when you watch the video? That might be an interesting way of putting it.
It's like every
But then again,
time.
it doesn't necessarily work because you'll be your harshest critic.
Also, when you're watching it for the 50th time,
Yeah,
then you
exactly.
get pretty damn bored quickly. Unless you're
Yeah.
trying to see when something changes at some stage, you're pretty focused on when that change happens.
Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of difficult judging your own work like that. Like this is, I was a similar situation with the flamethrower part one, where I just worked on it for too long and I watched it too many times, and by the end of it, I was just like, I just didn't care anymore. You don't want to get to that point necessarily. It is possible to overwork something.
Yeah. Well, I didn't want to, because I know you've said before about pouring too much attention and passion into something. It gets to the point where you don't want to do it anymore, and that's what you said about
Yes.
TF2 and about Donkey and League of Legends and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And so I was thinking about that the whole time, thinking, let's not get too invested in this, alright? Let's just wrap it up when I feel like it's time to wrap it up, which is what I did, and then I had
It's
a
not
few lessons to take away from it.
okay. Well, that's not something to overthink as well. It's just sort of an awareness that like when you start feeling like, I'm kind of sick of this and stuff, then like that's when you kind of go, maybe I should take a break. You know, just taking a break can revitalize you and bring you back into it. You know, oh yeah, hell yeah, I'm ready for this. But if you're just working on something constantly without stop, you know, and it's just like on and on and on and on, and everyone is different with their lengths and stuff. I am convinced you'll eventually just get bored of it. I don't know, man. I've done this too much. I need a break. I need to go focus on something else now.
Well, I did. I took 4 months off, so I feel like
You ready to go?
I don't know, because the 4 months made me. When I came back, I thought, oh my god, there's so much to look at. What do I look at? I don't even know if I want to look at anything. And then I did
I
it,
heard
and
you
then
caught up pretty quick, didn't you?
I did. Spent I think 3 days. I had a lot to
Nice.
look at, and I don't know if I've completely caught up, but I think that it's just today attention is drawn upon certain things in supercars, and in the past I've looked at interesting things, like in just an hour ago, when I was stuffing around thinking that you just weren't online, but you were. I was looking at an engineer called Chris Stuckey, and I learned about the drivers he's been with, the teams he's been with, the results he's had, and a general idea of what his career's been like. And so that's not a thing that really gets dived into, but I've been thinking a lot about that there's so much information, maybe there shouldn't be so much. Maybe it's rude. Maybe it's like we're spying on these people. Leave them alone. You know, they're just normal people.
Well, I mean, that's getting into the area where I don't know, man. They're celebrities, so there's a certain amount of their life where that you can and can't talk about and shouldn't talk about rather. But look, dude, that's going into stuff that you'd know more about than I would when it comes to VS Supercars people.
Yeah.
Have you thought about advertising your video? Have you been using tags? Have you been putting it on Reddit or whatever and sharing it around?
Put it on my blog and my Tumblr, and I tweeted it,
Do
and
you think people will see it there?
I mentioned it to 2 of my favourite Supercars YouTubers, and they watched it.
Oh yeah. Oh hell
So,
yeah.
So that was good. I'm happy
That
with
is
that.
good.
And I think that might be why it's got 4 views now, so I'm very happy with that.
Neat, man.
My goal
Yeah,
is to have
I would recommend
Mm.
whenever you make a video and you're proud of it and you want people to see it, I'd share it places, you know,
Mm.
places that you think it might do well in. Reddit's an iffy one though. You'd have to spend. I recommend spending time on Supercars subreddit or whatever to kind of get a gauge of the audience, because I don't use Reddit very much, and I often find myself misjudging the way that various subreddits act and behave. So I post my my artworks in various discords instead. So perhaps the Supercars Discord. I don't know. Whatever's good, I guess. But I think showing the YouTubers that you like was a good idea.